Philadelphia. I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gargano Show.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to all across the Delaware Valley. It's holiday week, Easter week happening this week. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend, and welcome to a Monday of a holiday. So, lots to get to. This is the Anthony Gargano Show presented by TrueMark Financial Credit Union, TrueMark.com/PHLY to learn more about the credit union difference. All right. It was not like a really good sports weekend. It was like, at least locally, the Masters was thrilling yesterday, but locally, kind of stinkos. Let's start with the big stink. Yeah. Play it. Play the song. Season's over. Celebrate. Clap your hands. The season's over. Thank God. They finish 24-58. 24-58. All the, let's rewind to last summer. This thing's going to win 50 games. Paul George, PG, making a run to stay healthy for the playoffs. Oh, there's no playoffs. Oh, it was an unmitigated disaster. Yesterday ends 122-102 to the Bulls. And the Sixers now will sit and pray. Pray that they can keep their pick. They'll have roughly a 73% chance of keeping their pick. You know, it's got to land in the top six. 7, 8, 9, we lose it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we keep it. So clap your hands, everybody, that Daryl Morey and Nick Nurse are staying. And you know what that's about? That's about ownership saying, we owe these two dudes a boatload of money. And right now, it's unfixable. So, might as well keep their jobs. I'm not going to fire them and bring in new people yet because there's really nothing to do. You can only hope that you get a real asset. But let's think about this for a second. What are the odds that you could move Embiid? What are the odds that you could move Paul George? I mean, seriously. Who in their right mind would take either of those contracts? Knowing that one guy is probably done and you're seeing the decline of his career, and as great as he once was, the knee, barring a miracle, will just kind of torture you throughout, right? Like load management, and he'll probably be a shell of himself going forward. And then you got Paul George that, that's just a big, giant waste of money, of a lot of money. So ownership says, hey, you might as well just come back. Maybe you get lucky. I think that's where they're at right now in get lucky mode. And this is the end. Because, I don't know. I mean, barring the number one Cooper flag save the franchise, I don't know really what else you can do. Because the rest of the draft, they could get a piece depending on what pick it is. But are they really going to be, is that going to make a difference? I don't think so. And it's going to come down to Embiid, and it's going to come down to George. And at some point, Tyrese Maxey, and it feels like he's reaching that point, goes, I gotta go. I gotta go somewhere else. So I don't know what you do. So the Eel's back, and Nick Nurse is back. And you know what it sets up? If everything kind of remains the same, maybe you keep the pick, but you draft 6. It sets the stage for apathy. APATHY. The 6-letter word that is the death knell to a franchise. Because truthfully, I don't know what else is there to look forward to. I don't know how you rebuild the team. Like Matt Maury's like, well, I need to do a better job supporting cast and everything else. Yeah, we know the deal. Like, it's impossible right now without any kind of health from Embiid to put the pieces back together. And even the pieces you have, they don't fit. So it's kind of a sad time. We'll get to the Phillies coming up because that was not a good weekend. They managed in 3 games against the Cardinals. They managed 4 runs and 14 hits total. Total for the weekend. Shutout Friday night by Palente. Shutout yesterday by Libertor. It was kind of an ugly game. Wheeler doesn't really have it, and it was just that. Struggles continue for Marsh. Struggles continue against lefties. Struggles continue from the right side of the plate. The only thing is, Phillies, I'm not going to, this is baseball. What you saw the Dodgers, they gave up 16. They lost 16-0 Saturday night. And then they come back last night on Sunday Night Baseball and lose 4-2. You're going to lose games. It's baseball, no matter how good you are. They got a great rotation. You're just going to have to somehow find a bat. Between now and the deadline, the mission for Dave Dombrowski, find a right-handed bat. And then everything else, we'll talk about bullpen and all, but the lineup just needs to get fixed. Good morning, VG.
Good morning.
What do you say, buddy?
Here's what I'll say. In the words of the late, great Leonard Cohen, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. It's over, buddy. It's over. It's over. I feel good for Devon, Derek, Kyle. Anyone's got to cover this mess of a team. We don't have to think about it for a while. We got a little respite till the lottery balls go bouncing around or whatever. Feels good. Feels liberating. It's like Liberation Day.
Libertor.
Yeah, dude.
I don't feel that way.
Pop the bottles. It's over.
I don't feel that way.
Why?
I don't.
Why? You don't feel any relief?
No. Because the future is bleak.
Oh, I got to agree. So I go out to a Black Sheep to watch soccer game. I had some friends in town. And that team is struggling. Man United. They're struggling.
Yes, they are.
Not
Very
a good
bad.
game for them. Older Irishmen's there. Big, thick glasses, nice head of white hair. And they're all sad.
They have a good, he's probably a great wordsmith, that guy.
They're all sad.
Great white
Another
hair.
goal gets scored against them, and he says, I'll tell you, boys, it's the hope that kills us. It's the hope that kills us.
See, that's a wordsmith.
Yeah.
That's genius.
I was like, oh, that's what's killing us with the Sixers. Like, it's the
hope that kills us.
Yeah.
Did you get his name?
Nah, I'm sure he'll be there every time they play. I could go track him down.
I want him. I want to talk to that
It's
man.
got to be a Seamus or an Eamon or something.
I want to talk to that man. Yeah. The great Irishman. It's the hope that kills us. And that's why I can't go hallelujah. That's why I can't go, oh my God.
I mean,
it's over, mercifully. It's over. But what have they accomplished? I mean, again, it's Flag or nothing. There's nobody else other than Flag that could have an immediate impact on our mood.
I mean, I understand that as a reasonable basketball person. Every time you get lucky, you may get lucky, you Flag. You may get lucky, and the 5th or 6th pick might turn out to be a ball player.
Yes, but here, and that's true. Maxey, McCain, they were all taken they were both taken in the teens, right? I get it. Here's the problem. The problem is Embiid. The problem is Paul George. The problem is that. I don't know how you overcome that.
Oh, you can't.
Right.
Yeah. So maybe I've given up hope of overcoming it. I don't think they can.
So what does it mean? What it means is that I can't look. I have no hope for next season.
Right.
I feel empty today because when a season ends, at some point in the next 10 days, the Flyers season will end. and I'm going to feel great.
Oh, it's going to be a fun off
Right?
season.
Like, I'm going to feel great. Like, they played spirited hockey all weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like
Overtime yesterday?
Yeah, overtime Saturday, overtime yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, listen, they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
Forrester.
Man, he's on fire.
Right? Yeah.
He's got 5 goals in 2 games,
you know.
Forrester.
I didn't get the embellishment on the Michkov penalty yesterday. Like, that's not an embellishment.
No.
He got cross-checked to the ice. How's that embellishment? But whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to feel good. I'm going to feel like, all right, I got hope. To quote our friend, I have hope. Hope's my friend.
I don't know. It might not be your friend.
Well, not with the Sixers.
No. And I was involved because I was at the gym on Saturday and people were like, they just got to trade Embiid. I was like, who's going to take him?
Like the idea of like trade Embiid. Like, okay.
Sure.
Hey.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Hey, Sacramento. I got a deal for you.
Yeah.
All right. I got a 7'2", 345-pound beast with a bum knee.
With one knee.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, how's that enticing?
It's
And
not.
by the way, I got a 35-year-old superstar, all-star, who he misses a lot of games with fingers and little issues.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, sometimes
Does a great podcast.
Awesome podcast.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, what he's making, by the way, the kicker's just about to kick in. So the $250 million that we're on the hook for, what do you think? Like, seriously, how in the world could you talk to any GM that is not brain dead?
It's not happening.
It's not.
I mean, maybe there's a glimmer of hope for Paul George. I guess. I don't know. You got to assume he just hated the situation. I mean, I don't think he's as bad as we saw, but mentally, he just doesn't want to be here.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
I don't think he likes our cold winters. He doesn't want to be here.
But we kind of knew that from the jump.
Yeah.
It's why we were lukewarm. Like, it's like, oh, yeah, Paul George, like, I think they're going to sign him, but, you know, he's the best out there. Like, we were trying to convince ourselves that it was a good signing.
Yeah, I was anti it, but then I was all in. Once it happens, like, all right, let's go. Let's go.
Because you're a fan. Because you go, all right, well, this is what it is.
Yeah. Did you hear his comments yesterday about now he assembled a veteran team for the playoffs, but didn't do a good enough job to get a team that could get to the playoffs?
I know.
What is he? The AI needs to tweak his AI searches.
Here's the thing about Morey. He's got nothing to say. He spent a better part of that news conference talking about the games lost to injury.
Yep.
Well, we lost 157 games due to player injury. Okay, dude. So what
he's trying to justify it.
Right.
His ineptitude.
And like, I get it. Right. Like, but you can't trot that out as an excuse. You can't. Like, that's just not real. And everybody tries to put, like, let's be honest. If you were going to put truth serum to Josh Harris and David Edelman and David Blitzer, what would they say? How am I going to get rid of it? Morey and Nick Nurse, pay them to go away.
They're paying like
a lot of money,
$25 million to
go away. And then what? Now go and get somebody else
for another $25 million.
I mean, it doesn't. And truthfully, as much as I would kill him, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make sense to us, but this is a level. I understand what you're saying. I understand where they're at, but they got a lot of money, those guys. Them throwing $25 million out the window. I mean, they probably throw parties that are like $8 million. So
okay, I get it. I
mean, you do have ownerships who don't care. Like the guy in the Mets. Like, you have guys who are like, I'm just going to blow my money. I don't care.
I get it. But, I mean, honestly, like, what, by the way, what GM and coach would even...
Who wants to come here?
Would
I wouldn't even take
salt and go, hey, I need you right now to fix this mess. You got to get through another year before you rebuild. This is the problem. This is a major issue, is that I can't believe we're sitting here, but we're about to go through the dark ages. Again, barring Cooper Flagg, we're about to go through the dark ages of basketball.
Really dark. I mean, it's not like we had hope for the process. They don't have any real assets.
You're 3 years away from starting the process.
Right. Yeah. It's the prequel.
Like, you're 3 years away from starting it. Like, what's that going to be like?
A lot of cheap seats down there. Dude, it's brutal.
It's horrible.
So we're done with basketball. Without flag, we're done. There's going to be a gem. But the problem is, I look at the someone posted the odds of the Sixers getting picks, right? 10% here, 10% here. So all total, they got a 64% chance of keeping their pick.
I thought it was higher than that.
When you look at number pick 7, the odds of them getting the 7th pick is the highest, 26.7%.
Right.
Everything else is 10%. They're probably going to end up with the 7th pick, and then they lose it.
Well, the 8th, and it's the 7th, 8th, and 9th. You can't just do the 7th pick. It's 7, 8, 9.
Is 26%.
Yeah.
They have a 30%, almost a 30% chance of getting one of those, 7, 8, or 9.
Right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sixers is keep it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they lose it, then you got just absolutely no
So
one.
let me ask you, you're a big basketball gods. Like, the Sixers and the Sixers fans deserve a 1 pick. Did they do the right things and try and make it happen? They didn't tank on purpose. Like, should the gods show a little mercy to this fan base and this team?
I don't think we're no.
No? We're
I'll
not
be
worthy?
honest
We're not
with you.
worthy?
No.
Ooh.
No. We're not.
I feel like they did a good faith effort to try and put something together. It was a bad effort, but it was a good faith effort.
Okay, but because God doesn't reward stupidity.
It's not like we were doing load management at the
like
end.
that would be a pity pick. Like, I mean, there's other teams out there that stank worse.
Yeah, but they were sitting healthy guys.
Okay, well,
Our
I mean,
pieces were hurt.
don't you think Paul George could have came back?
Oh, are you with that finger? No, dude. That jammed
No,
finger
well,
is painful.
I don't believe that that the Sixers deserve it.
When I look at the other teams,
I don't believe that
stink,
we did. Listen, I would love it, but you're asking me for divinity. Are we?
During Easter week, we're between Palm Sunday, Easter,
No,
Passover today. Happy Passover, and everyone
there's
celebrates.
more evil than divinity. No, I don't. Oh, I don't. And listen,
How about just for the
I
fan
would
base? It's a
beg it.
collective fan base, but maybe because we got the Super Bowl, we're not worthy of
right.
basketball.
I mean,
pity.
you can't be begging. We're coming off the Super Bowl, the greatest team in the NFL in this century.
Right.
I don't think it's close.
I think he's a little greedy. We beg for some mercy with the basketball team.
Yeah, I
All
do. I do.
All right.
Especially since it was just a mess. And it's been a mess.
It is, but yeah, it's ineptitude.
No, I don't think so. I don't think we deserve it. As much as I would love to say it, I would love to be like, yeah, come on, Coop.
Mm-hmm.
And we go nuts. Cooper.
Oh,
Oh my God, DeJean and Flag?
Coopadelphia.
Like, would be unbelievable.
yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Look
I mean,
at
all
the
the hope,
PHLY does the Fly the Coop podcast with the two of them.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
all the hope is in a ping pong ball.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes, we've been here before
Now, if you say to me, would the NBA rig it?
for a big market team. I
You
mean,
know,
they'd rather have Cooper Flag in Philadelphia than Utah.
Well, that's not, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd hope.
I would think that would be good business.
Right. Like, you'd hope. You got to root for the rig.
I like it. Root for the rig. Come on, Nosferatu. Give that guy some blood.
But then the karma on that,
I know. Listen, our karma's not good.
horrible karma.
With the Sixers, it's not good karma.
Bad.
It's bad. All right, we'll get to the Phillies later on in the show. Jimmy Stakes will join us coming up to talk some Sixers. Oh, our man Devon Givens. And Devon's perfect for today because he's not a guy that is overly emotional. Like, he looks at things from a practical standpoint.
Okay. A nice,
Logical.
emotionally detached, analytical mind.
Yeah. I think it's good they talked to Devon today.
All right. I think he might be giddy today.
For what?
He doesn't have to watch any more games right now. That's tough to do, man.
Here's the problem.
We can change the channel, come back. He's got to watch the games.
Yeah. Devon's like 5 minutes away from being a general talk show host.
Yeah.
No, D. Let's talk some baseball, baby.
I've seen him on the Eagle show this week. Yeah, he's put his feelers out.
Listen, he can do it. All right. Let's take care of some business, and we'll get to all of our stuff. Let's talk about Parks Casino. The Brain will be up here a little bit. So we'll talk to the Brain about some of the selections that he has. How'd you guys do over the weekend?
I was 2-1 on Friday. I don't know how Brain was.
You were 2-1. Ah, that's good.
Hey, we're making a turn.
That's fantastic.
I lost on the hook on the one. I had under 7.5. Padres put up 8.
Yeah, that's
Shut
all right.
up.
2-1, man. All right, let's talk about Parks Casino. Have it all, man. They got everything you want right on the app. Tonight, Taiwan Walker on the Hill. Phil's Frisco. Phil's and Giants tonight. You can bet individual props like hits, home runs, RBI, strikeouts, you name it. The Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app has you covered. And there's always another way to win on the app, right? This is the one you love. Play live dealers right on your phone. That's right. Play blackjack, roulette, craps, poker, hot online slots like Cash Eruption, 88 Fortunes, Cleopatra. Play hot online slots based on your favorite streaming shows, Squid Game, Breaking Bad, Peaky Blinders, all of your favorite classic casino games from wherever you are. New users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down the first 24 hours. BetParks.com has all the details. You got to be 21. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, let's get that hair, boys. If you're receding and thinning out, GLAT Hair's here for you. Because GLAT Hair, they've been restoring, they've been defending hairlines for over 30 years. So it's no wonder they got the reputation they do. Their proven results and experienced team. Just a few reasons the GLAT Hair name has stood the test of time. GLAT Hair by Morgenstern Medical isn't just about restoration. They're about innovation. Their breakthrough specialized GLAT Hair technique really does dramatically change lives and hairlines. And the GLAT Hair technique consists of a few things. First of all, you get one-on-one care. You get a 100 personalized hair restoration plan of action designed just for you and your specific hair loss. You get some follow-up care, and they hook you up with some cutting-edge hair loss prevention treatments, medications, and more. GLAT Hair, they can help you keep the hair you already have or help you bring back the hair you've already lost. So if you'd like some more information, you're ready to defend that hairline of yours, today visit GLATHairMM.com. GLATHairMM.com. Or you can call them, text them, whatever you like, 610-980-4000. 610-980-4000. GLAT, GLAT, GLAT.
GLAT. All right, let's get him up here. Be therapy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Our dear friend from the All PHLY Sixers show, Devon Givens. Steve!
What's up, man?
You want to talk NFL draft?
I'm ready. I'm prepared.
Congratulations,
You might need
Devon.
to be liberated
Yeah, you survived. You survived the season.
from this Sixers beat.
Yeah, this one was a tough one for sure because none of us. And I remember I was thinking yesterday, actually, knowing that I was coming on with you guys this morning was one. And we went through the schedule. We went through wins and losses for all the games. And I think we got up to close to 60. And yeah, it was the opposite with this close to 60 losses, with 58 losses. I never would have imagined that they would have not made the playoffs this year, not at least been in the top 6 in the Eastern Conference. And for them to be in the bottom 5 of the entire NBA with 24-58 record, easily one of the worst seasons that they've had in my recent memory.
Yeah, this is devastation. And it's devastation in many ways, D, because they're, again, barring Flag, who's a generational talent, they're 3 years away from starting over again. At least 2 years away.
Yeah, because we don't know who Joel is going to be when he gets back. Of course, it all sounded good when they talked about him being healthy after the surgery and Paul George being healthy with no bone bruises and no pinky issue. Tyrese will be fine, but it's really about Joel and Paul George and how they come back, how they return. It's too much of an unknown right now to know exactly what they are going to be next season. And you're right. They have to get really lucky with the generational part from Flag, get some really good help from Harper but questions after Harper even with Bailey and Edgecombe and so on and so forth with all these other players. But look, they still had to do it to find out if they can add another young piece. But yes, flag is the one that you're trying to really, no pun intended, plant the flag on and make sure that he keeps you going.
Yeah, I mean, listen, those other players are pieces and can turn out to be could blossom perhaps, but again, this team is what it is, and we know the answer. Like, there's no fooling. Like, here's the problem: is they're going to try to play this game where they're delusional. Like, Daryl Morey was completely delusional yesterday in what he said, because right away he talked about losing games to injury. We're the most. What do you expect? Right? Like, this is not a shock. And why does Nick Nurse and Daryl Morey come back? Because ownership understands it. Barring a miracle, the thing is off the rails. So why fire him now? You might as well wait till after next year and save the money.
Right. Yeah. So what really got to you yesterday outside of the injury part from what Morey said? I'm curious.
What got to me?
Yeah.
I mean, it was the injury. It was, just the whole tone. The whole tone of, it was a pity. It was like a pity party. And, I need to get young players for the regular season. What are you kidding me? I mean, stop. Like, we're going to be more dynamic next year. All right. Like, the whole thing, it just feels like a whole sham. I mean, I'm sorry. I've been through this a million freaking times with this team. And it feels like a sham. And it feels like he's just delusional. He's up there. He's got to say something. So he can't be brutally honest. Like, you know what the appropriate way to do is go, guys, listen, I took a swing and I missed big time. I took a swing and said, we're going to go all in on Joe. And, I'm going to bring George here and take a shot. And Joe's knee's not cooperating. Is what it is. I took a shot. I missed. I don't know. We're going to try to go back to the drawing board. I mean, truthfully, that's the truth.
Yeah, and I don't know how when he talks about the young pieces and having to get younger and having some more size and athleticism and all that stuff. I don't know how he's going to really do that with not a lot of cap space that they're going to have. How they're going to go about that in general, outside of getting somebody in the draft, of course, at 1 through 6, wherever that might be, wherever they fall. If they keep it, of course. If they keep it, of course. If they don't keep it, then what? Where are you getting this? This has to be via trade, or are you getting? You don't have a lot of money in the offseason like you did last summer to go out there and acquire maybe multiple young players that are going to cost you in the summer. So the cap gymnastics that he's going to have to work, I'm very curious to see how that might play out. But yeah, yesterday, and I watched it twice last night, even once I got home, and I was like, all right, let me watch it again. and I watched it again. And all right, he started off with the apologizing to the fans. Okay, cool. You had to do that. Like you said, he had to do something like that. And it made me think about, because one thing that I've been vocal about in the past since he's been here is when he felt like it's not cemented of how he's saying it. It's just more of me not liking the fact that speaking about the second round exit and how they felt like they improved from a year ago. I never liked it, because I'm like, you're speaking only in the general sense of you being here and not what the fan base has had to deal with for the duration of this time that Joel Embiid has been here, since they've been in the playoffs since 16-17, where this fan base is ticked off from getting to the second round and the second round only. And you're talking about this was success because we got to the second round, and I see the gradual improvement. Okay, that's an in-house thing. Don't say that out loud. But yeah, yesterday the press conference didn't do much for me for that. He answered some stuff, maybe a little truthfully, but to your point, yeah, he's got to be guarded with how he says things, and it really didn't do much, man. The season was a true disappointment. The fact that the injuries, we know. I mean, we know it was the whole point of it. And that's why on our show and on your show, John's show, we're all talking about, are these guys coming back? the two of them, Maury and Nurse. And I had even said, I think it was Friday to Rich after we did the post game show on Friday. What's the likelihood of the? We thought it was going to be on Monday, like it normally is, the exit interview. And I asked Rich, I said, what's the likelihood that these two guys are sitting next to each other at the table on Monday, and doing a dual press conference? Because the last one, Doc Rivers and Daryl Morey sat together at the table. About 4 days later, Doc Rivers was gone. And I was very curious to see how this one went because of the fact that they are finishing up again, arguably one of the worst seasons in franchise history. So it was a weird press conference yesterday. It was weird in itself though, and that they decided to do everything pregame and postgame on the day of a game and not the day after like they usually do, where they allow
Well, you
the
know
media
why?
in.
It's
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's a Sunday, right?
Yes.
The
Yes.
sports world is you got the Masters and the whole thing. You do what you do today, it gets big pub.
Get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do it. And that's why it's a joke. Like I'll be honest with you. I have such a great distaste for how they do things and the whole, just their whole, how they have attacked this thing. And I can't stand Nurse. And all the pity party. Oh, what do you want Nick Nurse to do? Well, how about when they actually were healthy, not play zone against the Celtics? How about that? Like, did he impress you by great coaching during the season? Like, I don't want to hear a pity party for Nick Nurse. The last thing I need, hear that.
No, I've said during the post games, I've given them a little bit of credit of having those young players ready to play and compete, and that's it. Other than that, I didn't think he did a great job this year. No. I pointed out. No, I'll say it right here with you that since you asked the question, yeah, I've given them credit for having those young guys ready to go. Now,
Well, what does that
they
mean?
are trying.
So
No, I
they
know,
can get
but-
ready to go and lose by 30?
Well,
Like, is that good?
no, it's not good to lose by 30, but when they're in a game that they shouldn't be against, I don't know, the Houston Rockets when they go to double
Jalen Green
overtime.
goes, really? You're going to play?
Right. So, all right, yeah. Well, I gave him credit for those to have
Yeah,
those
I
young
give him
guys
no
ready.
credit
Look,
for anything.
that's fine. And for the young guys, yeah, they're all trying to cement themselves and place themselves somewhere, plant their
Yeah,
flag.
those poor kids. I don't blame
in
those
the
kids.
league.
You know, they're
Yeah.
just getting
Yeah, they're going to go out there and play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
gonna go
God
out there
bless
and
those
play.
kids.
Yeah, so I give him a little bit of credit for that, but beyond that, no, I didn't. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
I don't even know. Here's the problem is that there's no solution. And so we're left today. VG met a guy in a bar. And the guy in the bar said, and he was saying it about his soccer team, that it's the hope that kills us. And he's so right, except in this case, there's no hope. This team is about to go into oblivion. I've seen it before with them. Like, here's the issue, too, is that Daryl Morey didn't have to live through Sean Bradley eras and dark days, right? Trading Moses and all these horrific things of the pre-process, right? Like having to watch a front court with Matt Harpering and Derek Coleman and Dikembe Mutombo. Like, Daryl Morey didn't have to do that, right? He didn't have to watch that.
No.
We had to suffer through 50 years of trash, right? Other than the beacon from 83 on, so 40 some odd years, to now, you had one beacon, and that was the Iverson blip.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I said when he would mention in the past about the second round exits being a success, I wasn't trying to hear it because it's almost the tone deaf part of it, not understanding the organization, where they've been, the fans having to deal with these exits. It's very clear you haven't been to the finals since the 2001 season, so there's not much success there. And again, being knocked out in the second round when you've had opportunities, especially under his watch, where you should have beaten the Boston Celtics 2 years ago when you're up 3-2 with James Harden, And now you see with Harden doing what he's doing, not to say that it will work here, but it didn't have to be as ugly of a divorce as it was when he was moved on from, and now in LA getting ready for a playoff series out there. So yeah, it hasn't been good, doesn't look good, and all the hope as VG's guys talking about, it relies once again on Joel Embiid and now his knee, and we don't know what that's going to look like, and we have a sense of what that might look like now. Chances are that doesn't work out well, and you're right. Then things are going to really start to spiral out of control and be the end of the Embiid era, and they're going to have to start over, as you pointed out, in a couple of years, sooner than they expected.
Go ahead.
Hey, Devon, just beyond the injuries, I was just reading some stuff in Kyle's piece, I think, about Paul George saying with his fellow stars, he's going to have to do more than an occasional text. Like they're going to have to get together over the summer and not even maybe do basketball stuff, just break bread. Do these guys like each other? Is there some kind of no camaraderie? Is there nothing going on? And he's saying he's got to mend that and make that better. I don't know. It just struck me as weird that he thought that was something he needed to stress.
Well, so the liking part, you would have to ask Kyle and Derek, just because they were around them more than I was this season, having to be back at the studio for all the games. And also, I don't know that answer. But the camaraderie part, we know. Look, they only played 15 games, VG, together on the floor. So it's funny you bring it up, though, and the fact that he even said it, because he spoke pregame while we were doing our pregame show, and I had mentioned to Rich that whatever those guys need to do to get it together before his comments even came out was that they need to absolutely find some time together. Look, they don't have a lot of tape, so they can ask the video guy, cut up every play that we had together so we can sit down and watch it, because that's an easy cut up for the videographer for this team to send them and watch and see what worked, see what didn't work, so they can figure it out. Because Embiid's not going to be Embiid, I don't think, anymore. Prove me wrong, because with this surgery and all and what we saw, he's not going to be the same. So they have to figure out how they're going to work it. And the more he's saying they're all 100% going to be back, all right, they're going to be back. Well, they need to find out how it works. The issue there is, though, all right, you do that. Where's the leadership? Where's the leadership to lead this team next season? None of them are the vocal leader that you're going to need. And I also said to Rich yesterday, you can't rely on a PJ Tucker or Marcus Morris, Nick Batum, and their voice to be the leader as a veteran in this organization. They have to do it. And the only one that's likely to do it is Tyrese Maxey, going into year number 6 now for Tyrese Maxey. So we're going to find out. But they absolutely, look, I agree with them. They have to figure something out. Whatever it was this year, it didn't work.
Yeah, but can I jump in though?
Yeah.
Leadership is just empty. It's an empty word without talent. It doesn't mean anything.
But they have
no talent.
No, for those three, they are talented.
Well, it doesn't matter if Embiid's not going to play.
Jared McCain is talented.
Okay.
Those three are talented.
All right.
Quentin Grimes, you bring him back, is talented. Those three start and still a talent. And even if he's not 100% Joel Embiid MVP, he's still talented. Now you have to lead, and you have to lead in a different way.
Yeah, I disagree with you. I don't think the end result is about leadership, because I don't think you could count on Embiid at all. I mean, he's showing you that. I don't know what's going to change that he's going to play. And then without him,
there still needs to be some sort of leadership. Who is it going to be from? Otherwise, you're just out there rolling the basketball out, and we saw that it's not working.
Right? It's not going to. My point is, it's bleak. It's dead. And we could sit here and talk about leadership, but what does it matter if the big guy isn't, barring a miracle with his knee? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What does it matter? Without him, it's a giant hole.
Do you already have? Let's say he plays 60 games. Plays 60 games.
Good luck.
And I know. What type of player are you right now today on April 14th thinking that player is? Not 33. Not 33.
He's a jump shooter. He's a jump shooter. He's not a rim protector anymore, other than just because of his size. But he's got no explosive No, he's not going to be explosive. He's not going to sweep the boards. He's not going to be a weak side shot blocker. You know, I mean, she's going to shoot jump shots offensively.
Okay. All right. So that's most likely going to be a 22 to 24 because he's going to get fouled. He's going to get to the free throw line, do that type of stuff on the
But
ball
that takes
fake.
energy and movement. I just don't see.
Sure.
I don't even see it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be a bad Brook Lopez.
A bad Brook Lopez. It's going to be
no
it's going to be
need.
interesting.
I don't know what you listen. He's a gifted player. He's a beautiful. I'm not even blaming him, right? Because listen, is he mopey and prone to emotion? Yeah, all right. The guy was an incredible talent. But here's the issue with with the knee the way it is. There's just no. It's hopeless. Without,
yeah, I mean,
and without him, the
everything
whole
drives
thing's built around him. So what's Paul George going to be like?
I had no clue. No clue. We saw he had one good month, and I don't know. So that's the problem, man. We're sitting here with all this, and we're only on April 14th, the day after. We don't know. We don't know. And that's the problem. That's why you said what you said about, hey, they got 3 years. It's on its way down. And there's too many questions about his knee, too many questions about who Paul George is. We know who Tyrese Maxey is. Is that enough? It's not enough. And then from there on out.
I like McCain, but I still contend they don't fit together. I mean, you can tell me all the time, you're positionless, and they don't fit. You'll get abused in a real series. Those two will get abused defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Go play Boston in a series that mattered. Like what Knicks? What do you think Brunson would do to that? Are you kidding me?
No, you're right there. You're right there. Well, that's where he was talking about getting younger and more athletic and get some taller people in there so they can try to defend those types of players. It's going to be one.
I mean, I don't even know what you do with Grimes. Like
they're going to pay him. They're going to try to pay him. I like him more than you. I think I like him more than you do because you said he's still small. 6'5" guy who can fill it up.
I mean, listen, I like the kid as a player, but here's the problem: I'm so guard heavy. And he dominates the basketball.
Like, you said guard heavy.
Well, your best players are Maxey, McCain, and Grimes is your best.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at Grimes and I go, he's a volume score. Like what he should be is off the bench, right? And give you 20 minutes of offense, 22 minutes of offense. He and Maxey can't play together, I don't think.
And he might be. I mean, I don't know if they're going to start because if McCain plays like we saw, he can also start. So I don't know which way they go in that direction. They're not going to start all three of them. They're going to start two of them. One of them is going to come off the bench. It's either McCain or it's going to be Grimes coming off the bench in that role and be the one to fill it up. To your point,
if I go 22 back to minutes my original or whatever. Point, if Embiid was the Embiid of old, I'd give it a shot, right? I could see. You know what? First of all, I'll get something out of Paul George on the wing, as a wing. And I go with those three guys, and I'll make it work. And Grimes comes off the bench, gives that second unit a jolt, the whole thing. But the problem is that that's my build around. I still have no wings, and now I have no big man.
Well, that's what he's looking at, getting younger at the wing position, which we've been talking about for years. Thought it worked out. It did not when they got older wings, and it didn't work. So now he's going to pivot and see if he can get some younger wings in there, and they have to strike on this.
Yeah, I mean,
top 6 pick and get it done. You're already out. The season's over. You're already out.
Well, why should I be in? I mean, it's insulting to me. Why should I be in, Devon? I mean, seriously, I've seen it. I can't erase 50 years of being a Sixers fan.
I'm here. I'm just trying to throw different things at you that are maybe give you a little glimmer of of some sort of hope going into the next season. And when we say the three guards, well, you need a guard because when you Reggie Jackson, Kyle Lowry, they weren't the third or the fourth guard. That didn't
I
work.
agree with you.
So
I
you
agree
have
with
to
you. I
have,
just don't think
you have to have something.
they're
And the
great fits
limitations
together, but whatever. I get it.
Yeah, but the limitations that they're going to have to try to fill the guard position, it's probably not going to be there for them. So they have to have something, and this is the one that they're going to have to start the season.
Well,
And I don't mind the three young guards to start the season off. He's not 6'1", he's not 6'2", he's 6'5". And yes, he is a volume scorer. I agree. They need volume scoring. So it just happens to come in the form of a 6'5" guard instead of a 6'7" wing that you would like to see that in. Now, we're still talking on April 14th. Let's see what he does and see if he finds some way to work some magic to find that 6'7" player to come in and do that. And then when it comes to Embiid thing,
my only point
I have
about
no
Grimes,
answer. I don't know.
My only point about Grimes is that it's redundant with Maxey. That's all. And those two,
Sure.
I saw Maxey get frustrated because when he was on the floor with Grimes, because Grimes dominated the basketball.
I don't have a comeback on that because I saw the same thing. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. So, but it was also a Grimes and Maxey situation where, to your point, there was no Embiid. Paul George was a shell of himself, and there was no other talent around, as you said a little bit earlier in the conversation. There was no other talent. So, look, man, me and you on the floor, and we're working out with those guys. We're looking at each other saying, all right, let's go get busy because these guys can't do it. And Quentin Grimes saw an opportunity where, hey, man, me and you got to get busy, except for I wasn't checking with you that we got to go nuts here on the floor. I just did it myself because I saw what I saw. So we'll see.
I get it with you. I do. I get it with you. I'm just, I know.
I know.
I don't say it. And here's my problem is I'm grading them as a championship contender. See, I'm trying to get from this. Like, listen, you want to go out and go make the playoffs and be a 7 seed, go ahead. Like, you have a chance to do that. But what's interesting about that?
No, there's absolutely nothing interesting about that.
Right.
Nothing.
And that, like,
Yeah.
I think those three guards get you to the playoffs with a serviceable front court. But I need to be a contender, a real contender.
I'm with you. I was of us, and I know you were, but when we were doing our preseason stuff on the show, I was the one that said they got to get to an NBA Finals or it's a failure. And the guys are like, yeah, advance to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I'm saying no. I've seen this already. They have put together, and they've had the best offseason that they've had in a long time. They made these moves to get to the NBA Finals. That's it. I'll reevaluate when you get to the finals to see who you're matching up against, and we talk about how it plays out and all of that. The whole gymnastics of it all. They need to get to the finals. They did not. Total utter failure for what the season was this year, and I'm right there with you. The problem is now they're not good enough that they haven't shown me at all that they can be a championship team next year. Now they're just a playoff team. I still think maybe top 6, but now you're fighting with Orlando, and Detroit is better, and Cleveland vaulted themselves to the number 1, New York and Boston, and who else is going to emerge from the East? Milwaukee. That's 7 teams right there that you're in the mix with in the top 8. You need to be in the top 6 and most likely in the top 4 to host in a first-round matchup. And right now, I don't know, Ant, that they are not a championship contender. I'm saying that right now as you just laid that out. Not at all. Not at all.
All right, you guys are all really discounting the return. We all got teased. We heard the swag's coming back. Tsunami Poppy is going to return next year. He's got a player option.
He said it's a business. He said it's a business in the end. Both he and Grimes said that. So
will Oubre come back with his player option, you think?
I mean, look, he would make 8.2, I believe it was when I looked it up yesterday, 8.2. He's not going to get that on the open market, but what he might get is a 3-year deal somewhere, I don't know, 18 million, maybe 21 million, right around that 7 annually each year. I don't know. I mean, he was one guy that was available all season long. He wasn't great, but he was good. And he might have rehabilitated his reputation, his image around the NBA, where maybe somebody will give him a 3-year offer if if he gets the information and when he has to make the decision of opting in or opt out. So I don't know that he's a guarantee to return, except for he's not going to get that $8 million offer on the open market. That's it.
6 letters for you. EAGLES.
Without question. Ready for the draft, man. Ready
Love
for
you,
the
brother.
draft.
Get ready. Football's in the future.
Got the draft. Got some draft lottery though. We got that on May 12th, so that'll be fun. It's always good. It's always, hey man, I'll make sure I come in and we sit down and we'll do a longer show where we can go back and forth on this one during the off season.
I would love
this
it.
would be fun.
All
All right, man.
See you,
love you too.
Devon Givens. I got no juice. Forgive me. On the subject of them, I feel like I'm done. I actually feel, and you know me, I'm relentless.
May 13th, you're going to be flagged up.
I feel like I'm done.
The full moon of May 12th will shine the light on the lottery.
Barring Cooper Flag, I feel like I'm done with this thing. I feel like I've exhausted everything I have in my soul with that team, and I'm done.
Well, you have. You watched way too much of it this year. It wasn't good for your mental health.
No.
But you got to summon your...
I have to get rid of that tattoo.
Yeah. Gotta find a way to cover it up.
They haven't been good since you got the tattoo, have they?
Yeah, well, they went to the finals.
After your tattoo?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you got the tattoo
I got
when
it
they
after
went to the
the
finals.
Indiana series. Or, I don't know. It was during the Indiana series.
You got to...
in 99.
You got to reach out to the Lady Coven full moon people from Star Garden, because the lottery night is a full moon.
Oh, is it really?
12th, yes.
All right.
Conjure something up.
We'll conjure it. All right, let's time now to talk some sports from a betting standpoint.
I was going to say, Sixers are not sports right now.
No. The brain.
Brain. Red, the brain finder.
Park Sportsbook Online Casino app. La Brain. Hello, La Brain.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
All right. How about
Well,
I can't talk Sixers with you.
had to talk about the Sixers. I don't know what you did wrong today that you got that kind of punishment.
I know. I don't even want to talk about
He
it.
does it to himself.
I mean, I can't even. By the way, if like we were playing poker, Anthony, I feel like I'm sitting with a straight flush. Maybe you're sitting with a royal flush in terms of hating talking with about the Sixers. There's beyond doubt. Now, if they got Cooper Flag, you're right. I probably would admit I'd maybe let myself get sucked in again.
I get sucked
But
in.
outside of that,
out.
I can't
Out.
even. Yeah.
82 games of Meats Cough, and that's it. All right.
You're being fair.
Masters. Wow.
That was unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah.
And first of all, it's Rory DeChambeau, right? Like, it's going to be Bryson and Rory to start.
Yeah.
DeChambeau melts down. He's out. Rory looks like he's going to, although 2 holes into it, you go, oh my God.
They're tied.
Yes. Yeah. Then he flames out. Rory gets hot. Rory and a runaway. Then for some reason, he decides to play it safe. And he hit that approach shot 25 yards short when he tried to lay off on 13. And it cost him, right? And next thing you know, Rose goes nuts. And it's a match. Then he takes control again. And then
it's crazy.
It was unbelievable. Then it's a playoff. He's tight on the putt. Oh, crazy.
It's crazy. One thing I've learned with golf, having watched it for so many years, is we all tend to want to think we know what's going to happen and this is the way it is, but it changes. Like, it is a true roller coaster more than any other sport, in my opinion. And you saw it yesterday. I remember Jordan Spieth was up by 5 shots on the 13th hole, like when Danny Willett won. If you remember that one, Anthony, when he went he was up 5 shots with like 5 holes to go, and he lost by like 3. It was kind of like the Duke Houston game. Yeah. Okay. And the thing is, and one of my favorite sayings in life is, how will tomorrow's newspaper read? And what I mean by that is, I live my world where I always say, Anthony, process over result. But we live in a world that's 100% result of a process. And if Rory McIlroy had lost, the newspapers today is he got the demons off, he's this, he's that, he's great. Congratulations to Rory. What a wonderful job of overcoming the adversity, which, by the way, is very fair. But if he had lost because he had missed that 5-foot putt on 18, he's a choker. He can't get it done. He missed the birdie putt on, or the eagle putt on, was it on 15? He had like a 6-foot putt. He missed it. He choked. He had this huge lead. He couldn't get it done. He would be getting forget a rainstorm. He'd be getting a hailstorm of hate because he didn't get it done. And it's just always, again, I always say it's such a fine line how tomorrow's newspaper reads, because it's all been flowers towards him, which again, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. What I'm saying is I just find it so fascinating. Everyone just looks at the result, he just easily could have lost, but it's just everyone's now saying how amazing he is.
I'm a Rory fan. I like Rory.
So am I.
I'm a McIlroy fan.
So am I.
And when he broke down at the end, I thought
very
it was
emotional.
Beautiful, man.
It was.
I did. I thought it was beautiful. You could see the relief, the joy,
pressure was insane.
all that emotion bubbled up. Like
Pressure was
it was pretty awesome.
I don't think there's another pressure, in my opinion, guys, in any sport.
No.
In any sport. I don't think it's even close, like the pressure in golf. Like I don't even know if there's a close second. I think it's in its own like stratosphere. Because if you have that putt to win the 18th hole, right? To win the 18th hole, that 5-foot putt, I mean, it's just like, you have the shakes.
Yeah,
almost.
because you're thinking. Like, if you think about individual sports, tennis, you don't have time to think, right?
You don't have time to think.
Like, you react. Boxing, MMA, you're
nothing.
You're in a fight.
Maybe a basketball free throw, but that's not even, to me, close.
At the plate, like the most pressure to me is pitcher, hitter, big spot of any team sport.
That's a great one.
Right?
Yeah, in a team sport.
But you're right. That moment, it's unparalleled. Like it's just
unparalleled. It's unparalleled. And listen, I was rooting for Rory. I was happy he got it done. Because I honestly, it was twofold. I knew if he didn't get it done, this would have been an avalanche of he choked. He would have been like a meme, Rory getting it, not getting it done. I really believe this. I think he would have absolutely been eviscerated, not because people don't like him, but just society a lot of times is mean. Yeah. And they come after people in today's social media age of what you haven't done, because everyone's so perfect in this world, right? So people will go after a guy that doesn't win the Masters. Oh my God forbid he didn't win the Masters. People are tough. And I was rooting for him for that aspect more than anything else. I'm like, he doesn't deserve, if he doesn't get this done, I would feel, what was the tournament, guys? Remember he couldn't even face the media. He was so distraught, and he walked off without even facing them. I think it was the U.S. Open or something.
It was the U.S.
He missed
Open.
like two
when he lost to DeChambeau.
Yeah, and he missed a couple 2-foot putts to win the tournament. Yeah. And he was so depressed, he's like, I can't even do it. Yeah. This would have been, to me, I don't even know how, again, this would have been so emotionally of a wreck. I was just happy for him because he's such a great golfer, and he's been a good ambassador for the sport. But this would have been, I just think, a really tough one to overcome for his career if he didn't get this one done.
Yeah,
I'm glad he did.
No, I'm with you. It was great
theater.
Yeah,
great theater.
My buddy Boo
I enjoyed it immensely.
My buddy Boo had McIlroy, and he was he was telling me, like, as the match was going, his money cash out was going up and down. He's like, oh my God, this is torture. Right? It was hysterical.
It's the one time I didn't bet the win. I took him to come in the top 10. So I did catch, but I didn't want to deal with the roller coaster of having to pick a guy to win a tournament. Because you see how hard it is. This was a perfect example. Rory, this thing was done, right? He was up by 4 or whatever back. He's going to win it. Right. There's no drama. And then poof, it changes like that. It's so hard in golf to pick the.
I don't know how you bet golf. Like when he was showing up, I was like, oh my God, he was dying.
It was hard. Yeah, for sure.
All right. How did you guys do? Let's think about it. How did you guys do over the weekend?
I got a very unlucky 4-1. It should have been 5-0.
Wow.
I got horrible break again. All my losses, by the way, since I've started this, have been vicious. I'm talking like I was 90% in every loss I've had. And Powell had like 16 points early in the game. They didn't put him back in, and I got an unfair beat, but it is what it is. But I went 4-1. So I think I'm now, 5-5. 5-1.
I'm 2. I went 2-1. I am 2-7.
No.
2-6. Oh no. 2-7, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're 2-7. All right.
Got 4 things for today, though.
All right. All right, let's do it. We continue our season-long fight. You ready, Trash Man?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm first?
You got honors.
Ooh. I'm going, I grabbed this before Brain grabs it. Paul Skeens, over 6.5 strikeouts.
I mean, wait, I'm going to, wait a minute, because I did have, I had that, but I thought the line was 7.5. I'm going to.
I don't know. I checked this morning. Let me see.
Okay, no, it's 6.5. Okay. It is 6.5. Oh, no, it's 7.5.
I'll take 7.5.
But you know what? I'll be a gentleman, and I'll
take 7.5.
But it actually.
I'm not afraid of that.
Okay. All right. I'm looking on the price. It's 7.5. But I do think that'll win. I do.
All right. So it's 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right.
I'm going to start out with, listen, I have pretty good data on this one, guys. 24-4 last year, 2-1 this year. So we're talking 26-5. Sonny Gray, over 5.5 strikeouts.
All right. Who's he got?
26-5 his last 31 starts.
Who's he pitching against?
He's going against Houston.
Okay. By the way, I like that Cam Smith.
I like the data.
Yeah.
He's a nice player.
Yeah.
Good weekend.
Had a good career.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bryce Harper tonight. I'm going down to the ballpark, watch a little. I'm going Harper, total bases over 1.5, plus 106.
Wow.
You get a double or a dinger tonight.
I like it. Man. Bryce.
I can see that. I'm going to go Tariq Skubal, 16-7 his last 23. We're going to go over 6.5 strikeouts.
All right.
I'm going to stick with that game.
What's been he's been off to a
Milwaukee.
little bit of a slow start, Skubal.
He has.
But his
last start, Anthony, if I'm not mistaken, he pitched like a perfect game almost.
Yeah.
I think he pitched like 7 hitless innings or something. Well, actually, no. 6 innings, no runs, but 4 hits, no walks.
Yeah, no, he pitched
but
well.
Yeah, he is not.
Prior to that, he hasn't. Yeah,
he is not.
Yeah,
he is not. Yeah, I'm looking at his stats: 16 and 2/3 innings, 16 hits for a guy that usually gives up no hits usually.
Right.
So yeah, and he's given up 7 runs. Very unschoolable-like.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a good game tonight. I'm sticking with that game. I'm going under 7.
Okay.
Under 7, Detroit. All right, Brain.
We're gonna go, and I lost this one earlier, earlier this year on the show, but I'm gonna come back to it because it's 22-10 its last 32, and I don't love Tampa Bay's offense. We're gonna take Tanner Houck over 17.5 outs. As I said, 22-10 his last 32 against, in my opinion, the below average Rays offense. I think he gets 6 innings pitched.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
What about you?
I got one more.
What do you got?
I got a better pitcher. In Seth Lugo going against a gas can in Carlos Carrasco. Now that Patrick Corbin, is Patrick Corbin still pitching? Because I haven't seen him.
He is. Yes, he is.
Oh, he is? Okay. Because Patrick Corbin and Carlos Carrasco probably might
get crushed his last time out. So if I remember.
Who, Carrasco?
No.
Yeah, he's just a guy. He's a guy. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be picking on this guy like until he's out of the major leagues. I'm just keeping it real. I think he's absolutely again, he had a great career, by the way, Carlos Carrasco. I'm not knocking his career. This guy's had a really good career. But I will go against this guy. 2 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. I will go against this guy just every single time. I took a half run. I have the better pitcher. The Yankee, who the hell is Carlos Carrasco to be laying a half run in the 5-inning line against a good Kansas City team and a way better pitcher. You're going to give me a half run where this game's 3-3 after 5, 2-2 after 5. I get a win. I don't get a push. I'm taking my chances.
All right. I like it. Lugo.
Lugo.
All right, brother. Good stuff.
Appreciate you guys, man.
Tomorrow we'll look at the NBA playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
The
Well, I'd like to say I can't wait, but I absolutely can wait.
Do you like the play-in?
No. I'm not a playing game at all.
I don't either. I don't like it. You like it?
And what I want you to become commissioner of the NBA and fix the sport.
Yeah.
It is, forget broken. This thing needs to be carried off in a stretcher.
The play-in, I just don't get it. I mean, it's just an excuse. You know, it's just stupid. You devalue the regular season bad enough when 8 teams in each conference make it.
It's
let alone added a play-in nonsense.
Yeah, we used to always say, "Oh, hockey, every team makes it." It's like that in basketball now.
Yeah,
hockey's great. It's so funny how broken basketball is. And again, if people like us are talking about it, who are true fans, I don't think they truly realize they really need not a Band-Aid. They need to do like open heart surgery and to fix this. In my opinion, I think it's that bad.
I agree.
Different story for a different day.
All right, Brain. Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate you guys. You're the best.
Here he is.
Thanks,
Brain
guys.
brought to us by the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. All right, let's talk about some of our friends. Then we go to Jimmy Stakes this week in baseball with Jimmy Stakes. Here you go. Let's talk about Parks Casino, our casino of choice. They have it all. Action, excitement, headline entertainment, right in the Philadelphia suburbs. 90 minutes from New York, exit 6 off the Jersey Turnpike, all from here from Philadelphia, all the stuff. Pennsylvania's #1 casino, thousands of hot slots, state-of-the-art sportsbook, beautiful poker room, all-weather beer garden, collection of award-winning restaurants. Parks Casino, this is how you win. Tickets on sale now for these headliners. Just announced, comedian Brian Regan, November 22nd.
I don't know. I have to look up Brian Regan. I don't know that.
Comedian Russell Peters, September 27th. May 16th, Larry the Cable Guy.
Get her done.
May 30th, country artist Ashley McBride.
Never wanted to be that girl.
June 6th, Taj Mahal. Mo.
I like Taj Mahal. I'm not singing Taj Mahal.
June 14th, Clutch.
Oh. Bang, 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 bang. Vamonos, vamonos.
July 3rd, Gary Clark Jr.
Here come on, flap top, he come, grooving on slowly.
July 12th, comedian Mark Norman. July 18th, KC and the Sunshine Band.
I'm your boogie man.
I'm your boogie man. Turn me on.
September 6th, UB40.
Red
wine.
Yeah, Casey Sunshine Man. That's gonna be a banger. I don't think I'm going.
I might go to
one.
that. Yeah,
that's a lot of fun to sing. They got like 8 hits.
Don't forget dinner and drinks before the show. Liberty Bell Gastropub and Beer Garden, Parks Grill Steakhouse, Bamboo Noodle House, Chickies and Pete's, ParksCasino.com for all things Parks Casino. You gotta be 21. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We haven't even got to play that funky music, wild boy. I mean, I bet
right.
Jimmy,
That's a great
Jimmy
song.
Steak's probably a KC and the Sunshine Band.
Oh, I'm
man.
sure.
Yeah, he cuts the rug to that.
Oh, definitely.
No doubt.
You're going to tell us a little bit about Ace?
Ace. Love these guys because they're taking all the stress and all the worry out of those annoying home repairs. Ace Hardware Home Services. So if you got a leaky pipe at Ace Hardware Home Services, they're around the block with everything you need to fix it. Most importantly, they got the right person to do the job because it's really hard to find people you can trust. You got an air conditioning issue, they got people for that. You got a faucet you said you'd fix and never got to. They got people for that too because now Ace isn't just the helpful hardware folks. Nah, they're also the helpful home service and repair folks. From plumbing to heating and cooling, you know, they got trusted pros to keep your house humming all year long. Ace Hardware Home Services, they're bringing the helpful home. The helpful you like to the store, right now to your front door. So visit Ace Hardware Home Services online at www.acehardwarehomeservices.com and get started on your next home project with a trusted team you can rely on.
Ace is the helpful place. Now, this portion of the show brought to you by Rite Aid, riteaid.com/PHLY for the store and pharmacy nearest you. Time for This Week in Baseball with Jimmy Stakes. Hello, Jim Salisbury.
Hello. I'm unmuted now. How you doing?
Jimmy Stakes every Monday. This Week in Baseball.
It's a great. Love that song.
That's your opening for him. Could you make an opening?
Yeah, you'll probably rip
All
that.
right.
I can
Make an
probably
opening
rip
for
that.
Stakes.
Yeah.
All right. So, my man, let's get it
How's it
started.
going?
Let's talk about the weekend that wasn't in St. Louis. The Bats, whoo, they managed 4 runs, 14 hits in 3 games, got shut out twice by Palante and Libator.
Whew. At least they weren't the Rockies. The Rockies got shut out 3 times. But totally opposite end of the spectrum teams. One is expected to go deep into October. The other might be the worst team in baseball. So, yeah, I know what you're saying. As I was logging on here, Anthony, coming off that disappointing weekend, really a disappointing trip, I was like, this is one of those days Greg is going to yell at me and blame me for what happened.
Why would I blame you, Jimmy?
I don't know. You get uptight, or you get angry when they don't play well, and you sort of
Yeah, you call him a Dodgers fan.
Well, he is a Dodgers sympathizer, so he's probably had a
you
rough
kill the
weekend, too.
messenger.
He had a rough weekend this weekend with his boys in blue. They weren't great either. I got to say, it is a little wild. Like, I turned on the radio this morning, and I'm hearing Nola trade talk. Got to get rid of him. Like, when you wake up today, that's the first thing on your mind. You're going to call in and talk about Nola and Topper. Nothing but a glorified bench coach. It's like,
Oh, my God.
It's ridiculous. I mean,
9-5, is it? 9-6?
9-6. But beyond that, like, they have structural issues in the lineup,
Absolutely.
right? Like,
Absolutely.
it's not Noah's fault or Topper's
Topper, right.
fault that they have structural issues in the lineup. I mean, you got Marsh, who just can't hit left-hander. Like, he can't hit,
Can't hit.
period.
He hasn't hit, period.
Yeah. And you got the Bohm situation, and I've seen that behavior. I've seen that. It's all throughout 12U baseball.
Yeah, he needs to get it going. He spoke to reporters over the weekend in St. Louis, and the frustration's beating him up. He needs a couple good games because confidence and what happens between the years is so important in this game. And he's got it in him. I still think he's a really good hitter. He was for 5 months last year. Then he had a hand injury. He struggled a little bit. He struggled a lot down the stretch. Need to get him going. You need to get the whole lineup going. I hear so much talk about the way the lineup is constructed, and I don't care about that. It's the people in the lineup have to produce. I don't care where you put them. Obviously, you're not going to put Harper and Schwarber 8 and 9. It's all going to kind of resemble the same thing. You need the pieces in the lineup to produce. The players make the lineup. The lineup doesn't make the player.
Yeah, but they
Batting order.
agreed. It's not the order, but it's.
Well, I hear everybody talking about it. You got to,
But it's more. It's more.
see
what
the
you
ball,
had.
hit
It's like
the
the
ball.
foundation, right? I didn't like Stott leading off. I don't like Stott. You like Stott leading off?
What if he has a great game, gets on base 3 times, and I like it? If he doesn't, I don't like it. I mean, it's simple, Anthony. See the ball, hit the ball,
Yeah, but come on,
win the ball
You-
game, crack a beer, go get him tomorrow.
Yeah, but it doesn't work like that. You see how guys profile. Does Stott profile like a leadoff hitter to you?
I think he could be eventually. Yeah,
I don't.
he had a lot of selectivity in the World Series year. A lot of 03. I think he's got if he can reel in his selectivity a little bit, he could be a leadoff man. Yeah. I mean, he didn't have a great weekend, but that wasn't necessarily done to get Stott in the leadoff hole as much as it was to get Schwarber behind Harper, so Harper would see something. So,
No, I get why he did it. It's not about I think they need. First of all, Turner should be the leadoff hitter every game, right? Like that's how I believe it. And they need to get a right-handed.
there are
bat.
people out there who would disagree with you that Turner should lead off that because he swings at everything.
I know.
So it's these are just opinions, and then when a guy produces, if a guy produces, then you're going to have a lineup. Then you're going to have guys. It's all about when the individual produces. The individual makes the construction of the lineup look good.
Yeah, but they have. But you would agree they have foundation issues. They got.
Well,
I mean, your outfield is a problem. They're too lefty. They're too lefty dominant, and they got guys that just aren't good. Like Marsh.
Well, they haven't hit in the outfield.
Rojas just because you said they haven't hit doesn't mean they will hit. I mean, I look at them and I go, I don't know. I agree with you with Bohm, but I don't think Marsh. I think he's a AAA player. He's a 4A player.
I don't disagree. I mean, I think it might be time to think about sending him down to AAA. He's got options. He has not hit now in 2 years, except for a little pocket here and there. I mean, I agree. Coming in, the outfield was a big question. They've gotten something out of Castellanos. He didn't have a great week. Yeah, a good Saturday. But, the other two spots, they haven't gotten enough out of. And then, you're feeling it at third base. And really, nobody's gotten going in the entire lineup other than Schwarber. Didn't have a great weekend in St. Louis, but nobody had a great weekend. So, they need to get going. They are down a right-handed bat. They knew that. Yesterday would have been a great time for a right-handed bat in left field. But, they really don't have one. Wes Wilson now is just beginning his rehab and getting going. He could be the guy in time. But, I mean, I'm sure that's on their list of things they're considering and looking for as they, formulate. You spend the early part of the season getting a gauge on your team. And then, as you reach, Memorial Day and beyond, now you're making tweaks to get better. And certainly right-handed bat is one of them they need. But I mean, I agree they have issues. They are not overly selective in a couple spots. I mean, they need to be more selective, especially Turner and Castellanos. I think they have been better in that area. But one of your better guys in terms of selectivity over his career has been Bohm, and he's just really struggled here out of the gate after a couple good games early. So you need to get him going. I mean, Harper's better than he's shown. Real Muto's better. Everybody can be better.
Yeah. All right. How do you reconcile, like, going forward, that there's the hole on the right side, right? How do you fix it? Like, without making it, you're not going to make any trades now. So how do you get around it?
Well,
because it's easy to say, hey, Bohm hit.
He will hit. Do you not think he's going to hit?
I like Bohm. I've told you that 100 times. I like Bohm.
I think he's going to hit.
I have faith in Bohm.
I think they need to do something from the right side in left field. Obviously, you got two guys. When you put Marsh over there, him and Kepler have not hit lefties. And Wes Wilson's been an up and down player throughout his career. I don't know if he's the answer, but I bet they're out there looking and seeing and what's out there. It's too early for Crawford, but he's a left-handed hitter. Trying to think what else you got. AAA. There's a guy. Rincones is a left-handed hitter. He's off to a pretty good start at AAA. There's that Otto Kemp, who's a pretty good bat. He just doesn't have a real position. He's mostly a corner infielder, and he kind of struggles defensively. He's played a teeny bit of outfield. That would be might be a tough call. So I think their eyes have to be open. You think back to the offseason, a guy like Mark Canha lingered out there a long time, a veteran right-handed free agent, pretty good bat. Might have looked good in, easy to say now, would have definitely looked good in a platoon situation in left field. He went to Milwaukee midway through spring training, and then now he's with Kansas City. Somebody like that might have been a good bet, but, they were rolling the dice that Kepler would hit left and right. He's gotten off to a slow start. They wanted to give Marsh an extended look. So far, that hasn't gone well. They wanted to look at him every day. And I'd have to think they're starting to get some answers on Marsh. The question is, when does, okay, we want to look at you every day become, we've seen enough. And now, that's, to me, that's one of the issues here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel you.
Can Bohm handle if he's got options, right? Could he handle mentally some time down there? Do you think mentally he can handle it? No,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it either. I think he's a big leaguer. He needs to fix it here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just looking through their prospects, man. They don't have a right-handed out. How do they not have any right-handed
Dude,
outfielders?
It's unbelievable.
It's
The one area where they've never developed is a right-handed hitting power outfielder.
Right. This is
other than Burrow.
Oh, I'd have to think that through.
Well, who? Burrow?
I'd have to think. I can't
I'm going through the history of the franchise, right? Ryan Howard, left-handed first baseman. I'm thinking about your power guys. Worth was a Rule 5 guy.
No, he wasn't a Rule 5. He was a free agent.
Free agent.
I mean, you have, I go, wait, this is ridiculous to go back this far. Greg Luzinski, that's 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Right-handed
Other than
power.
Burrow.
I mean, Hoskins was first baseman, DH type. I'd have to really dig into that, Anthony.
No, you already did dig into it. The answer is no. They haven't. The answer is Aaron Altair. That's the answer.
Oh man,
you don't have to dig into anything. God, keep your shovel in your waist.
He looked like a player too. That Altair. I thought he was going to be all right.
I mean,
he's an athlete.
Yeah,
like you got to and even I look around. Give me you know the prospects better than anybody. Who's your best power hitting prospect?
Well, this kid Rincones, who's at AAA, he hit some bombs in spring training. He's got power. His power is if he gets to the big leagues, power is going to get him there. It was a kid in last year's draft who they really like, named right-handed bat outfielder named Burkholder. The other kid they took was another outfielder, left-handed bat named Nori. I'm trying to think who else is in that top group. But the power guy that would stand out would be Rincones, and he's in AAA right now. They think Crawford, but he's a left-handed bat, may at some point hit for some power. Aiden Miller, right-handed bat, probably is going to hit for some power. I wouldn't call him like a
he's not
power hitter. I think he's going to be a good hitter.
Right.
He's a right-handed stick. The catcher, Tait, he's left-handed. He'll hit for some power. So, those are all guys, but they're not, the only guy I'd say that's on the doorstep is, would be maybe worthy of a look at sometime is Rincones here, but he is he's a left-handed bat. And then, Crawford is also probably on the radar this year, but he's also a left-handed bat.
Right. That's my only issue.
Outrageous.
So last year, right-handed bat was an issue. They went out and got Hayes. It didn't work out. I think they're going to be in the same position again this year. I mean, they probably are in the same position as we sit here and talk right now.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, it's, they're 9-6. It's early. People are freaking out. Like, it's baseball, right? So that rotation is so good that you're going to be in first. That should be enough to keep you until the warm weather hits, and then Bryce gets hot or Schwarber gets hot again, and they start to rake a little bit. Turner, their rotation's just so good. If I look at the holes, it's that, like we talked about, outfield, and we'll see about the bullpen. Other than that, I mean, I'm not panicking. I'm just looking at the lineup, going, you're going to have some rough spots.
Yeah, and if the big boys get hitting consistently, it becomes easier to play over some of the rough spots, because other than Bohm, a lot of these rough spots are in the bottom third of your order, and I do believe Bohm at some point will get it going here. So going forward, I think their needs are going to be pretty much the same as they were last year: bullpen and right-handed outfield bat.
All right, so let's turn our look to Major League Baseball. What are you looking forward to this week? What do you like? What do you like so far early on? What teams and players have struck stakes as fancy?
Well, I'm looking forward to the series against the Giants because that NL West is really, really tough, really good. You got 4 really good teams.
Where'd the
out
Giants
there.
come from, man?
They're pitching. They're pitching really well.
Yeah.
Made a change, up in the front office level. Posey's running the show now, and they've just gotten really great pitching. They just took a series from the Yankees up in the Bronx, and now they come here for 4. You're going to get a chance to see Justin Verlander. I'm curious to see if the Phillies, they looked like they really lacked energy at times in St. Louis over the weekend. That might be just a byproduct of not hitting, but see if they can get something going at home here in front of the home crowd. So I think that, that's something that really interests me, but that NL West really interests me. Like I said, 4 really good teams. It makes you think that, like, wow, this, 6 months from now, this NL wild card race could be fascinating. It could be really close with those teams. I think in terms of the NL East, Spencer Strider's due back on Wednesday. I think that's a really interesting story angle. Only a year removed from elbow surgery. And, the Braves need him, and that could make a difference in the NL East race, which is certainly relevant for the Phillies. So he comes back on Wednesday in Toronto. You got Kansas City and the Yankees this week. That's a playoff rematch. Mike Trout, I'm happy. He's like tied for the major league lead with 6 home runs. It's good to see. He's hitting under 200.
I root for him.
Yeah.
It's funny. The Angels are hitting the ball a little bit, and I watch, and I root for Trout. So I'm a big Trout fan.
He's hitting under 200. He hasn't really gotten that together yet, but he's tied for the major league lead in home runs. I'm just happy he's back on the field. Things like that are really good for baseball, and I do think, he's a great player, and I think he's a class guy. So I'm glad he's had so much trouble staying on the field. I think it's really good that he's out there. So but to me, the big one with relevance to the NL East is I'm curious to see what Strider. I don't put a lot of stock in his first start, but in 2 AAA starts, he racked up some strikeouts, his typical strikeout numbers. And, that could be something that really has a bearing on the NL East. And, obviously the Phillies have a very big series, 4 games against the Giants. Andrew Painter's going to pitch again on Friday in Clearwater, coming off his first start. And, and I think, I hate to put so much focus on a guy like Brandon Marsh because he is a bottom third of the order guy, and you need your big boys to carry you. It seems odd to put blame on a guy in the bottom third of the batting order.
Yeah,
but I do think I'm curious to see this week where the leash is on him. If they decide to maybe swap him out with somebody else. I think it's time for him to, not carry the team. Like I said, he's essentially, bottom third of the order hitter.
Right,
but it's time for him to show something. It's time to get more out of everybody. Bohm, him, and so I think this is an important early season homestand.
I think the pressure's got to be on him too, because you have to look at what we gave up to get him. Logan O'Hoppy's a legit player. He's one of the up-and-coming catchers. He's hitting 300, 5 dingers so far. And we got Bohm.
No question.
Or we got Marsh. It's ugh. Hey, Jim, are you...
I don't necessarily think he's looking at, across the country at Anaheim and seeing what Logan O'Hoppy is doing, but certainly they expected more out of this guy. And, they're giving him opportunity, and he just needs to show some progress.
Totally agree. Ken Rosenthal put out a little tweet saying that contract extensions with Schwarber, initial offer, and then talks failed to advance. Are you concerned about that at all?
No, I'm not concerned. I think if the money is right, they'll get him back. I think he likes it here. I think the Phillies have the wherewithal to sign anybody they want. So,
Do you think they lowballed him for the initial offer?
I don't know if they lowballed him. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they talked parameters of something on a low term or short term, and but I don't know. I don't know what where they were. I know his market will be healthy because the DH is everywhere now, and I think his bat speed is going to be something he can carry well into his 30s, and he can be a difference maker on the field and in the clubhouse, especially with a young team. I mean, he's been to the postseason every season but one in his career. He is a winner.
Wow.
And he produces, and he's a great character guy who has impact in the clubhouse. If I'm overseeing a young team, I mean, he's high on my list. If I was running the Cincinnati Reds, he'd be very high on my list this offseason. I mean, he's from the area. He did a ton of home runs in that bandbox ballpark, and he'd have a real good impact in that clubhouse. But he's also very important to the Phillies. I kind of have taken the mindset on him and Real Muto that I kind of think unless they do something short term that you could jump on right now, it might be just play it out a little bit because the stakes are so high in this season. The expectations are so high. For winning and for finally winning, and the payroll and the odometer on this star nucleus, that if you don't get it done this year, you might have to consider really seriously changing the mix. And, with 3 guys going to be free agents, Suarez, Real Muto, Schwarber, and I know they're all important. And with Bohm a year away from free agency and Castellanos a year away from free agency, I'm talking about after the season, that would create an environment where maybe you could make changes if you needed to. So I think maybe you keep those options open, but I still think the Phillies have the wherewithal to sign anybody they want in the offseason. But right now the focus has to be on winning now, because that's where
you're right. I think your point is well taken. I think you're spot on. Let me ask both you guys this. Any part of you guys worried at all about this? We have to win. And the fan base is playing into it too. Like
they were onto it last year. I think this team feels enormous pressure. I think they have felt enormous pressure going into October last year. You look at game 1, Schwarber hits a bomb and Wheeler pitches a great game, and they crater in that game. And that was the turning point in the series. They should have won that series against the Mets. I think they felt enormous pressure coming home from Arizona in 23. I do think they feel that everybody wants it, and they want it just as bad.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they want Bryce.
I think at times it's I think at times the pressure can be engulfing. It can consume you, and it's tough because everybody wants it so bad. It's talked about. They are very much aware of it in that clubhouse.
I know. I kind of
look at pressure can do to an athlete. I mean, look at
Rory
the golf yesterday. The amazing pressure these guys are under.
No, I know, and I almost think like we have this way in Philadelphia where it's like, all right, show me I'm out winning a World Series, and I get it, like intellectually. But that's not how the sport can't be played. You can't play a World Series in April. You got to get through it, and there's got to be some joy. Even from the fan base, I don't sense – you said something spot on. There was no energy over the weekend in St. Louis. And I know that's great. They're a professional, and they're going to, it's about, it's not about celebrating stuff. But I almost think, they just need to have fun. And everybody around it, we got to almost treat the summer like, let's have some fun at the yard, man. Baseball's a great sport. This is a fun team. We almost need to lighten things up.
Good luck with that in this town and this environment and the growth of social media. These guys are in an intensely public business and intensely
I get it.
pressurized business.
Yeah.
All pro athletes are these days. All pro, and you talk about the regular season, and it is. I enjoy the regular season, and I understand the ups and downs of it. But I'm probably also guilty of putting emphasis on October because it's all that matters for this team. This October is going to define this team, just like it defined last year's team. Last year's team won, they won 95 games for 3 months. They were a great team, and then they kind of were a 500 team. But there was a lot to like about last season, and all we remember was the bad taste about losing in October, because it comes down to it's all about winning championships, and everything is so much more magnified.
Yeah.
These days, it's just the way of the world, man.
I think you're right. It's not good. It feels like there's a countdown clock in the locker room at the clubhouse, and everyone's watching the seconds tick away, and they're all stressing.
And it's championship.
Get my trophy back. Get my trophy back.
Like, oh my God! Like we can't. You can't play like that in April. Like you can't look ahead to October. A million things can change.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and you're right, Jim. Like it's always all about the championship, all about in every sport. Like we talk about the Sixers. We've lost all enjoyment out of the regular season in every sport except football, because football's different.
It feels that way. But you know what? I'm going to go to the game tonight.
I'll see you down there. Let's get a beer.
I'm going to enjoy the game. I'm going to enjoy watching the game, and I'm going to see if Taijuan Walker can extend his scoreless inning streak.
I like stakes.
We'll see what happens, and if I write that it's early, people go crazy. If I write that you need patience this time of year, people go crazy. I've seen it. It's like patience my ass. I want to win every game.
We got in the chat room. Joe Tiz is watching. Says the window closed last year.
Oh,
okay,
Joe.
well there you go. The window closed. What happens if they win? What happens if they win the third wild card this year? If they win the third wild card this year, and it's like everybody's biting their nails and there's angst all summer long, but they get in and then they catch fire and win the World Series. Does it not count? Is the window because the window's closed?
That path may be their best chance. Sounds weird. But going in as a favorite, now the Dodgers are the Dodgers, but if they go in as a favorite in the series until you play the Dodgers, I don't know how well they reacted playing the favorite.
Yeah, I think you got a good point there.
In spring training, I did notice there was a little bit of an underdog mentality with some of these guys. Castellanos talked about it, and I think that would be good. A little under the radar, a little underdog would be good for these guys, but they ain't under the radar nationally. People think they have good personnel. People think they're a good club.
I think they have
people
the best
like their
rotation in baseball.
People like their starting rotation. They ain't under the radar nationally. I can tell you that. And but when they don't hit, there are times it looks like, yes, they're putting a lot of pressure on themselves, especially when you don't hit with runners in scoring position. That sometimes can be a sign of, putting a little bit too much pressure on yourself. So maybe they come home here and breathe a little bit and have a great homestand, because, this is certainly they certainly play well at home, and they have over the years, and that's something they need to get back to. So
all right, listen,
but I don't lose sight of the fact that
I thought it was a very interesting conversation today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't lose sight of the fact they're still off to a solid start.
Yeah, 96. I'll take it.
What were they in 2011? I just remember they got off to a bad start and everybody was panicking. They ended up winning 102 games. So,
I mean, with that rotation, how'd they get off to a bad start?
Is it 2000? I'd have to look.
Yeah.
Can you look that up?
Yeah, we'll look it up. But we got to take care of some business. My brother,
What kind of
States,
business?
We got to do our commercials.
Oh,
We got to pay bills.
let me hear you read.
You ready?
Yeah.
You want to hear the read? Let's talk Rothman.
What do you got?
All right. Talk a little Rothman orthopedics. How's that sound?
I got patella tendonitis. Maybe they can help me.
Oh, we got a guy for that.
Well, listen, when it comes to Rothman, all right, practicing specialized care has been their mission for over 50 years. Do you know that they have a team for each and every body part right here in our backyard? You're talking about elbow, knee, hip, you name it, ankle, all right? They have it. They have the experts. And what they do is they keep us in motion, whether we're weekend warriors or trying to keep up to the with the kids, like throwing BP, like my shoulder right now, right? I can feel it. Oh, right? And then Masmo yesterday, he's like, dude, I got to throw to you. He's got a new pitch he wants to try out. So now I'm going to be on my knees, sitting on the bucket, right? Trying to catch him. This is the beauty of Rothman. They keep us in motion, all right? Don't let pain hold you back. Visit RothmanOrtho.com/PHLY to schedule your appointment today and get back to being your best self. Rothman Orthopedics, awesome. Where getting you back in the game is their mission.
That's awesome. That reminds me of that. I think, do you remember the band The Cars?
Yes.
Sure.
I think Rick Ocasek went out solo and he sang a song called Your Emotion in Motion.
There you go.
Good song.
That could be Rothman.
Jimmy's got some pipes.
All right, now here. You ready? Now is.
Come on, this is like following.
Here's VG,
the greatest of all
doing
time.
Empire
Today. Jimmy, I don't know what your floors look like in your house, but they could probably use some updating. And our friends over at Empire Today, they can help you out. Empire Today, they got shop at home convenience, really nice. They got the right product for your needs. They do quick, professional installation, and they got a price match guarantee. Empire Today is the best place to get new flooring. So, of course, they got copycats, but they can't beat Empire Today on quality, service, speed. So what they do is they advertise low-quality products that Empire just simply will not carry. They got a virtual floor designer with Empire Today, so they pop over to your house. It's a great way to see how the new floors will look in any space. They take a picture of your room, and they put in the flooring that you like, and you can see what it looks like right there in a virtual designer. They pride themselves on their convenient shop-at-home experience and service, and they got customers. All they do is flooring. So if you go to the big box stores, you might ask the person for some flooring advice, and they might be doing plumbing the day before. They might be stocking light bulbs the next day. Empire Today, all they do is
good
flooring.
selling point right there, VJ.
Yeah. And check this out.
They're like specialty guy out of the bullpen, right?
That's it. They're a specialist. And they service their own warranty. So if anything goes wrong, you ain't got to worry about tracking down someone to fix it. You call Empire Today, they come out and fix it. And you can sometimes get installation the very next day. So schedule, Jimmy, your free home estimate today. All listeners and viewers receive $350 discount when they use the promo code PHLY. Restrictions do apply. See Empire Today/PHLY for details.
Empire
Today.
Here you go.
While you guys were doing the reads, I was looking up 2011 Phillies.
Yes.
Through the first month, April, they were 18-8.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did they start off? Like, would they start off like one of those teams started off like 4-11?
Jimmy, get yourself some ginkgo biloba. I'm on it now. It's really helping with the memory.
Ginkgo biloba.
What
steaks? You want to be here for nuggets?
What's nuggets?
All right,
chicken nuggets.
VG nut. I know you're a hamburger man, aren't you? Is that your favorite?
I like a nice cheeseburger. I like chicken nuggets though, from depending on if they're good.
All my kid eats is nuggets and fingers. That's it. All right, VG, take it away.
All right, I got
VG's nugs, and you can feel
nugs.
free to comment.
The nugs.
We're going to go with a man after Anthony's own heart, Jose Alvarado. He starts his day very similar to you, Anthony. He does 6 espressos.
Oh, yeah.
He
loves coffee.
Me and my boy. Yeah. Here you go. Me and you, baby. This is my 6. I'm drinking my 6 shots right now.
What's it say on your cup?
Have a beautiful day.
Have a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jose Alvarado's a really good man.
He's a great guy. I love him.
He really good guy.
We're going to go. Our man Baldy does everything.
Right.
I don't know if you know this, Jimmy, but Brian Baldinger is a man of so many talents, and he put a little video out. He's a greenhouse man.
Yes.
He's got a greenhouse.
Yes.
I'm jealous.
He took us through his greenhouse. Jimmy, watch.
Wow. Lucky him.
Look at that.
Oh, wow. I'm jealous because I'm a big gardener.
Are you?
I mean, right at my front window, I have a bunch of plants, started that'll go in the garden.
He's got all
Do
kinds
we have
of,
sound for this?
Yeah, because he's telling you what you're looking at. There's like fig trees.
Look at the figs. They're just like blooming. Like, look at this
I
fig
love
tree.
figs.
It's just taking off. It knows. It wants to come outside. Look at the little palms and the lilies right here. Like
Daffodils.
the roses have been popping. Like it's ready to come outside. Like it's flowering. I'm ready to plant some raspberries. But man, when it's 36 degrees, you just gotta take your time right here. It's just not ready. Spring hasn't sprung. But inside Baldy's greenhouse, oh yeah. It's still looking pretty
Doobie
good.
Brothers in the background?
That's legit.
Is that he has these Hungarian wax peppers?
Oh, yeah. I've grown those.
Have you?
You've grown Hungarian wax
yeah.
peppers?
They're
they're yellow,
That's a nice pepper with good heat.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. I grow a lot of cayenne and a lot of poblano. I love poblanos.
Oh, do you?
And
But
and
they're
I mill the
docile.
cayenne. So I
Docile
do a
pepper?
lot of
Yeah, Poblano's got.
I do a lot of
heat to it.
jalapenos. And
I like the heat.
poblanos.
High Scoville guy.
I like the hot.
Habanero. It's a nice.
Whatever.
That's a nice
I
heat.
get all the hot. I like the hotter the better. The Calabrian chilies.
Serrano. That's a good heat.
That's a
Calabrian
tasty pepper,
chilies.
Serranos.
That's a favorite of Bobby Flay, the Calabrian chili.
It's a great. It's a great pepper.
Look at that, dropping some flay knowledge.
Yeah.
Love Flay.
Yeah.
Flay is the man.
Yeah. Do you watch Food Network stuff?
Yeah, I love Bobby
Big
Flay.
beat Bobby Flay guy.
Yeah, every Thursday night he gets
Did you
it
beat
done.
him?
Could I know? But nobody can beat him. When they beat him, they let him win.
Do you like Chopped?
No, I like Beat Bobby Flay and I like Triple D.
Okay.
Oh, a little Triple D.
I like Chopped. They give you the ingredients
Yeah.
in a box. You got to make something.
I like Chop. I don't like the host of Chop. He's a little
Why?
smarmy guy, kind of, I think. I don't know.
You
He
think he's
irritates me,
smarmy?
that guy. Yeah.
Really?
I don't love that guy. No.
all
I
right.
like the concept of the show and the competitions, but the host, I don't dig.
Okay.
What's the one that Triple D does? It's like the grocery store wars or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one.
Grocery war. Yeah, grocery store.
contest. Yeah.
Yeah. Where do they get all that food? I just
It's a
don't
real
understand.
grocery store.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They donate a bunch of stuff to local communities.
I thought it was just
No,
a
it's a real-
set. I didn't
no,
know it
it's
was
a-
like an actual
I mean, it
grocery
is a
store.
set, but it's a functioning store that people go and shop in during the
Oh,
week.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
Nike wasted no time with a little ad for Rory. They had one ready to go in case he won it. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. He is not in it, I don't think. I watched it twice now.
Let's say it.
They always do stuff. They do stuff well.
Well, you got all the budget in the world.
Yes, they do.
You got it, Andrew? Did you watch the Masters yesterday, Jimmy?
You know it. It was great.
Mike, yeah. Were you rooting Rory?
Yeah, I mean, I was rooting for him because I think he's a class guy. I like him. Yeah, I was rooting for him, and I'm glad he kind of kicked it away a couple times. And,
Yeah.
Tried to.
I mean, that putt on 18, and then earlier he had a 4-shot lead. He drops it in the creek.
13, yeah.
Talk about pressure and nerves and anxiety and nerves of steel. Yeah, that was some of the best sports I've ever seen on TV, to be
Yeah, it was
honest.
great
with
theater. Great
It
theater.
was great drama.
Yeah.
All right, here's the video.
This walk just looks different with the Grand Slam. From a teenage prodigy to a place amongst the immortals. It's a walk he's made many times before. But this time, it just feels like destiny.
On this mountain takes my mind back to Georgia many years ago. when I was just a
That's
baby.
Doing well. Subtle.
I mean, geez, I mean, if they had to
They
do it
probably
over
had that
again,
waiting for years.
yeah, but if they had to do it over again, you have him breaking down, which was the most amazing thing in the world. The whole let's do this, because if I'm doing a commercial, it's just this with the swoosh.
Oh, yeah.
Left alone, bare, just him breaking down. Let's see it.
The long journey is over. McIlroy has his masterpiece.
That. I have quiet. I don't even have the fans. It would just be deathly quiet and just seeing that.
No fans?
Nothing.
I don't think I like the fans.
Just deathly silent with an intro about the release, about the exaltation.
He's been holding that reaction
and
since 2014.
And then that. And then the swoosh.
10 years of pressure, too, for the Grand Slam.
Exaltation.
He's there to console his friend who he admires so
That was
much.
awesome. When he's breaking down like that, it was beautiful. That's sports. I love sports, right? I just freaking love it. And this is why it's not healthy to just play for championships. Like, I get it. That's the end goal. But in the beginning of the season, you got to let the story develop.
I'm with you.
It's too much. It takes the joy out of it. Because you can't fast forward. Like, here's what's going to happen with the Eagles. Repeat. They got to repeat. They're going to repeat. Okay, right. But let the thing play out. Let's enjoy the season. Let's enjoy the moments.
I'm 100% with you.
Otherwise, just play a series and call it a day.
I don't know if it's who we are.
Yeah, it's
as a community. I don't know.
No, but we've shifted. We've shifted all the way. That's all that matters.
Once we won the Super Bowl, maybe.
No, not Philadelphia. It's the whole world.
The whole world?
Yes.
It's the world. It's the world.
Not Philadelphia. It's the whole world. When,
Everybody wants to. You get a novel and you want to go right to the last chapter.
Yes.
It's instant gratification society we live in.
And what happens is it takes the meaning from it. It saps all the meaning. There's no meaning if you go right to the championship.
100% agree. I like the journey. I like getting fired up and yelling at Jimmy when they're struggling and stuff.
It's one of the reasons why the Flyers I'm enjoying it, because it's like, all right, they got a player now. They're starting to build some talent. They have a real talented beach cop, and they're going to get things. There's a story there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, because I think the world has changed, and now anything short of a championship is deemed a failure season, and it wasn't always that way.
No,
I've been asked
achievement.
I've been asked over the years what was like the best story I ever covered, and a lot of times, one of my answers, there's been a few of them, but was, I covered the Phillies starting in '94, and they were in Veterans Stadium, and they went into a deep, dark rebuild, and then they changed stadiums, and there was this very, very slow ramp up that culminated with the '08 World Series, and kind of just watching it all, watching them go and chronicling them from Veterans Stadium, the dark ages, and losing 98 games, and being at the bottom of the National League and slowly working their way up, and then bringing in Jimmy and Chase and Ryan and Cole Hamels, and finally rising to the top. I've always kind of saw that as, one big story, and how it was just fun to witness that and chronicle the painful times and the triumphant times. And I think dealing with the pain, but the organization and the fans dealing with all that made the triumph even sweeter.
Oh, without a doubt. I think that's where I had a saying that I always talk about. I'd say, you need to bleed to know bliss. Like,
there you go.
You need to do it. And, they bled for all those years.
That's a good line.
And, and finally, that's why that moment was, it's a shame because they were still right there. And they could have been there with a little tweak. They could have been there a little earlier, right? 06, 07, right? They were right around there. It was a great story. But I'm with you, Jimmy. I loved our extended Jimmy Steaks today.
Yeah.
Anthony, that's because you are a poet at heart.
Yeah.
Oh, why we got you here, Jimmy? Can you look at this nug? There's an arm.
Good nug.
You remember Griff McGarry?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's 8 innings pitched, no hits, 13
How many
strikeouts,
walks?
3 walks.
Not bad.
Hey,
I'd love to see it happen for that kid. I'd love to see it. Oh, look at that. That's nasty right there.
Yeah, that was a nice pitch.
Nasty. The guy's got an electric arm. He has. I'm sorry, my dog just decided to. Hey,
yeah, we like dogs.
We love dogs.
He's got an electric arm. He has since he's been at UVA. He just doesn't throw enough strikes. But and he's kind of slipped off the radar, to be honest with you. He's in AA. They've toyed with the bullpen, the rotation. He's back in the rotation. What I guess you could say unexpected development that would be if he could emerge and back on the radar and maybe be a guy who could help you.
Little right-handed out of the
especially
bullpen.
when you look at the need they're going to have in the bullpen. To get a strikeout arm like that, if you could ever figure it out, tell you what, I'm pulling for him. I hope he does. That's great to hear he had a start like that.
Yeah.
Now he needs to kind of put them on top of each other and have some consistency. It's anybody can do it one time. Anybody can do it one time. Can you do it? The good ones do it, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 12 times in a row.
Yeah, he's got 2 4-inning starts, so he's got back-to-back games so far.
You
Fingers crossed.
Man, you get McGarry, you get Painter up here. We're talking about this would be the pitching planet.
Well, easy now. McGarry
they already have a ridiculous rotation. Like, you talk about a collection of arms. I love pitching too.
People in the
it would
chat
be
say,
great if McGarry and Abel if something could click for them. It would be awesome.
Yeah, so they're mentioning Abel in the chat. I haven't seen how he's doing this year. Do you know what he's up to?
I looked the other day. It looked like he had a tough one, so I haven't looked a lot. But he hasn't thrown enough strikes either. So you got to throw strikes, and then once you can throw strikes, you got to throw quality strikes. You got your control is like here, and then your command is like here.
My brother, enjoy the game tonight. We'll be reading your stuff. As always, thoroughly enjoyed Jimmy Steaks Monday. Love it.
Love it. It was great.
Love it.
Sorry about the dog. I'm going to go.
No, go. You're good. It happens to me all the time.
Okay.
All right. Love you, buddy. Great stuff.
Nice to talk with you guys. Be good.
Steaks.
See you, Jimmy.
Jimmy Steaks want to hang out. I love it. Fantastic. Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Let's go right a back in the day moment. Back.
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back in the day with Rite Aid. Yeah!
What you got?
Oh, it's on this day, 2016. Any idea?
No, we got to go. So,
Vinny Velasquez. Vinny squared, no hitter, 16 strikeouts, complete game shutout. No, not a no hitter, complete game shutout, 3 hits.
Swing and a miss, he got it.
16 Ks.
Oh, yeah, I actually remember that. 16 strikeouts.
Yep. He's now in Cleveland minor
All right,
league.
Taywon tonight. He's going to win tonight. Taywon 5 strong.
I'm in.
All right, Jordan game tonight.
Yeah.
Great job, Fraze. Great job, Joey. All right, have a great day, everybody. We love you. See you in the morning.
We all silly like the mayor.